DemBoyz coming at you again.
And welcome to the podcast where you can't get enough of them boys talks. It's Jay Noon, and we're coming back at you again. As always, this ain't no one-man show, so everybody introduce themselves.
It's King Bob.
It's Dill Pickles.
Axolotl, the human bottle.
Blessed. Today, we're going to be doing a movie review for Incantation. So just want to give you guys a heads up. We're going to be talking about scenes, moments, characters, themes, and everything about the movie from the movie. So just want to give you guys a big spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it, turn us off right now. But if you don't care, then keep listening. All right, let's start us off with a good old synopsis, baby.
All right, so Incantation is a 2022 Taiwanese movie directed by Kevin Ko and tells the story of a woman who is cursed by breaking a religious taboo. Stakes rise as she tries to protect her daughter from this mysterious deity.
Ooh, baby.
Damn.
Yeah.
As always, a great synopsis
A great
from Dill.
synopsis from Killing.
What's your name? Wrong name.
Dill Pickles.
Dill Pickles.
It's Dill Pickles.
Dill.
Come on,
Dill
man. I gotta edit this. I gotta bleep that out. You know.
Well, this is the thrill.
All right, guys. Well, what'd you guys think of the movie?
Overall thoughts, it's enjoyable. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of those horror movies that kind of, it's crazy. It's like I couldn't. Some of the scenes that we were watching,
it got wild.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's
a little much. It's a little much.
Clearly, it was a cult movie. It was something that I feel like we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to Paranormal Activity in the sense that that's a cult, and then also kind of like The Ring in the sense that in order for the curse to be over, you have to pass it on, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like that's similar concepts.
Mm-hmm.
Very freaky, man. I don't know. It's just very unsettling.
Freaky deaky.
Yeah, freaky deaky, man.
Yeah.
The incantation part, that stuff is just.
Can we get one line from you?
You say it. You said.
No,
most.
don't say it. Okay.
No, say it. Go on, say it.
You know what?
Come on, say it.
That's for you to watch the movie and.
Come on, say it.
No.
Because if I say it, then
You're gonna.
Is Axolotl gonna say it?
I don't know it.
Ho
you sushi.
into the mic.
Ho hu sushi.
All right.
That was,
Isn't there like a ma?
Yeah.
It's the second line.
I don't know this.
But the cool thing I think that they did was the storytelling of the opening and the editing. I haven't seen a horror movie do that before, where they kind of like, it's not trolling you, but it's like they're directly talking to you in the audience, and
Right.
it's
Yes,
very
yes,
interesting
yes.
how they set that up.
Yes.
From the beginning of the movie, it's like very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Especially with the editing of the
Optical
the YouTube,
illusions?
the optical illusions that get you from the beginning with that storytelling. And I think we can go into that further into when we start talking about themes and stuff like that. Because
Right.
thinking about it, I'm like, wait,
What's
going
the
back
theme
to that,
there?
what were they trying to say there,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So, but yeah, from the beginning, them setting up the cantations and the incantations.
Even the Ferris wheel and all
Yeah,
those
the
all
bus.
those little imagery,
Yeah.
the imagery that they put out for you in the beginning, it's all to set up.
Yeah.
It's a good setting for the movie.
Yeah, in terms of that, it's like they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, they did a
Yeah.
bang up job,
Yeah.
I think.
I
In
think
that case.
I was
Yeah.
thinking when watching, I'm like, is this filmed by A24? Because like the quality is really good.
Yeah, like they were using like I don't know 1080p
Yeah.
cameras.
Not 1080p. It's like some IMAX
I
cameras.
know some IMAX cameras.
They did a really good job.
Yeah, that wasn't like camcorder found
No,
footage.
no,
No.
it wasn't found. Yeah, and the thing is too with these movies now, these horror movies, they're getting the. From back in the day, it was like they weren't funded, but people watch them, especially if it's I don't know if this one was produced or made by Netflix,
Right.
but the quality of these movies are getting really high. You know?
Right,
So
right.
the cinematography, everything is like really top notch. Like I was telling you when we were watching it,
Mhm.
the scenes of her and her daughter on the beach, those shots are really really
Yeah.
nice shots.
Yeah.
Like those are hard to get.
Yeah.
Really really pretty
It,
shots.
it means that a lot of people really like those kind of movies, like the like home video type, home camera type movies, like the Blair Witch Project originally. Like I think those are very. It's scary because anything can pop up, and like sometimes like the panning of the camera
Yeah.
really freaks
You're
you out.
watching every corner.
Exactly.
But this movie didn't really do a lot of that.
A lot of hidden stuff.
It's
No.
like a few things, unless we haven't noticed it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
John
but-
watched it 2 times.
Yes,
Axolotl
yes,
watched it 2 times. So
It's okay. I'll bleep that out. Don't worry.
But yeah, what's it called? They did really set you up for like your expectations of the monster popping up. But the only time it actually did that was like twice,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
mm.
and it was all at the home when I
Yeah.
remember it.
That's
You
true.
remember?
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
When the
And it was
mom
only hands.
Yeah.
And then the shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was also like the mom's hand leading the baddie out, which is
Right.
interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
That was creepy too.
Yeah.
But the baddie was just the hands. So it wasn't. Was it an actual person or was it just the?
but
Because
it's
even in
full
the
hands.
even in
I
the
mean, the
tunnel
full face.
video, you see a bunch of hands. You don't see anybody really.
Is that just the deity because it has a lot of hands?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess.
And it
is just-
takes souls, maybe.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have any idea. As in the overall story, what did you guys feel about the storytelling and how they did?
Let's summarize the story like literally.
Yeah.
What happened? So
Well, a
Mom?
bunch of stuff happens.
Yeah.
There's the mom, and then the story of them going
So
to
chronologically, what happens
Yeah. So
chronologically?
the first thing I think that happens is them doing the YouTube thing of them going to this village.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
right?
maybe the youngest brother wants to do
Yeah.
like
We don't even know if we just kind of
because they say that they're part of the Chen.
It's like the Chen family
clan or whatever.
Yeah,
Uh-huh,
clan,
uh-huh.
yeah.
So I don't know. It could be cousin, could be brother.
Yeah, they could,
Yeah.
but they're related
Yeah,
somehow, and then
yeah.
one of them is dating this
Outside
main
the group,
character.
yeah.
Lee Ronan.
Lee
Yeah.
Ronan
Lee
is the
Ronan.
main character.
Yeah, and then after that, the footage of her when she is at the temple, was that prior?
That was after.
I think that was like
After.
pretty much immediately after
Oh,
Yeah.
after the video
whole
she gets from the
Dom
guy.
Yuan situation.
Okay, from Dom.
Because
Oh,
I
it's
think
after
I
that,
think
okay.
It's
they
after
actually. So after the situation, she probably goes to this temple to research more about what's going on and what happened, and
Yeah.
and then she found out about all of that stuff.
So she didn't actually remember how the guy with the glasses, the teacher.
Yeah, yeah.
He found this guy online
Mhm,
and went to go visit him, but she actually went to see him before that when she was pregnant.
That's what I was
From
thinking.
time,
So,
yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
so that is before,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
So
yeah.
she knew already all that
She
information.
was trying to investigate, I guess. Yeah.
She knew what he would
She
find
knew.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knew. She just didn't want to expose the fact that she already knew, and she brought him into the situation. I think it was like a guilt thing.
Right.
Well, that's what she was saying. Yeah, it's a guilt thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think also it's just wild that because we at the end we know that she knew that from the beginning she was pretty much cursing us.
Oh no, she was not even just cursing us. She was cursing everybody, even her doctor that she showed it to.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because technically it wasn't an accident. Like
I
she
felt
sh-
like that was gonna be a bigger twist to me, though.
oh, that she was showing.
It wasn't because she still dies after.
Oh, the
So the result,
mom?
like,
the
yeah.
main character.
Yeah.
I guess she's just trying to make her daughter survive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then let's cut. I guess to that
Yeah.
the ending video of her daughter. We don't see her daughter alive.
Yeah, we don't know if it worked or not.
We don't know. We're
Is,
not
is
supposed
that
to
is
know.
that is that last video not?
It's supposed to be when
It's,
they were
it's
alive,
like
when they were
oh,
together.
it's a while
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So we don't even know if the daughter's alive or whether anything
Yeah.
worked
so,
or not.
Yeah. So the thing I think I told Jay about this with the horror movies. I find that if they're not, they don't have it's an open-ended ending where you don't really know.
Mhm.
And it's not a happy ending, and it's just like what happened, right? You're like, what's going on? So there's no, I think I guess like no conclusion.
Yeah, I think that's
Or-
common in horror too, because it's
Yeah.
supposed to leave you with questions.
Spookiness,
Yeah,
yeah.
spookiness.
What is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Not conclusion, but like
Cliffhanger,
no,
open-ended.
when you want to feel closure on something.
Payoff?
I guess-
Resolution?
Resolution. There's no resolution.
Yeah.
Actually, I can see what you're saying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right? So like this movie has that.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, her cursing us, I was like, oh my gosh, she played us, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's doing this thing she knew already. But the thing I found interesting with the movie was them doing the cuts between her and her daughter, and this cute story of like she just wants to protect her daughter. And I thought that was nice. But then she plays you, and I'm like, oh, it would have been cooler if she actually did like an evil laugh or something. I don't know, like this,
Like,
or like even like an evil smile.
Yeah.
Like
But
something.
she wasn't evil. She was actually just protecting her daughter.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows it's wrong.
But
Yeah.
she's trying to kill us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I think this was like
Yes.
an allegory for?
Yes.
I think she got us into a multi-level marketing scheme. And then she knows it's wrong, and we're gonna end up with all this product just clogging up our garage. But she's got to get somebody involved to unload this burden and to help her provide for her family.
Not that different.
Very true.
Not that different.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
I think that's it's not funny. It's
fun,
true.
It's a fun.
You're right.
Don't
Hey
you
man,
laugh.
people try to live
very
off
true.
the pyramid schemes. You know what I mean?
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's multi-level marketing.
Oh,
It's an MLM.
Just as bad.
Don't fucking disrespect.
Just
this shit.
as
Don't
just
respect-
as
Don't
bad.
disrespect the grind, bro.
Listen, do I need to remind you guys of the Costco guy who tried to get me into an MLS?
We talked about this, right?
MLS.
MLM.
Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she definitely played us, and I like that. It's a cool twist to the movie, but it's like Dill said, it's there's no resolution.
I guess the resolution is
We dead.
what can we do
I feel like,
to stop it? What's the resolution?
well, I was gonna go a different way, where like it felt like a lot of horror movies that used to like really leverage that open-endedness, like for the purpose of potentially getting a sequel going on. They can't really, like, how are you gonna keep extending
Right.
the ring if every time they destroy the tape
Or
and
it's
it
like,
keeps
like,
coming
like,
back?
what's it called?
Michael Myers keeps coming back.
Yeah.
If you leave it open-ended, at
You can
least you
keep
have the
continuing the
option
story?
to continue it. Like you
Right.
keep that
I
option.
feel like those are for like the blockbuster horror movies though. This is like
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true.
I
That's
feel
true.
like they're not.
Ain't nobody want Mother Buddha to come back, bro.
They're probably not thinking sequels. I don't know.
It could be related to just their
Leave it up to your interpretation.
Yeah.
right, like because the whole going into themes, it could be related to the theme of the world is how we frame it. We can interpret it in any way. That was a phone, but it's okay.
we can get that in post.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna keep that in there. but yeah, it could be related to the theme. I think that's a theme, like that the world is how we frame it. We can frame it any way possible. We can interpret it any way possible, and I think that was the main theme of it.
It's that she's supposed to be the foolery that she does on
Yeah,
us. Is
yeah,
that we
yeah.
were interpreting it as
Yeah, exactly. Like we were interpreting what she was telling us in a certain way. She was
she's an unreliable narrator.
unreliable narrator.
They
Exactly.
kind of give you that idea from the beginning that you can't really.
Trust
What
me.
if she's because they say she's in a mental
Yeah,
institution,
yeah,
all
yeah.
this stuff's going on. There's a lot of things that kind of like go
Hint
throughout
at
the
it,
movie
yeah.
that like, from the beginning it's like okay, she has a daughter and she's in this mental institution or whatever, and she comes out and she goes to get her daughter, and they say, oh, you gave up her daughter and you threw her away, and it's like okay, what does that even mean? And then
Right.
they kind of give you the idea, the storyline of you have to give up your name to do
Right.
in the cult or whatever. So I think that was a reference to that.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like, oh, why did you throw me away? And it's like, you think that she gave up her daughter?
But it's more that she gave her name,
Her name
or
up?
her soul, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just from a face value thing, from a story, I think it's like a story of a mom who would do anything to get her daughter
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
That's definitely.
definitely like a face value thing.
yeah. The face, yeah.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
what we're, I'm not reading.
That's legitimate.
reading
I think
into
that's
it.
legitimate.
Especially like her trying to get her daughter.
She's a single mom.
Yeah, getting the
Right.
demons away from trying to protect her at all costs.
She's inheriting the same
Yeah.
blood as that whole clan.
Yeah, so she's trying to help her as much as she, and she also says that I think the most touching thing in the movie was her being like, eat as much as you can, smell as much as you can, and it's, even though I won't be here. You know, just kind of live your life as best as you can. That's just face value, though. I don't know. I think the pyramid scheme thing is actually a really good reach.
No, I think that's a...
Well, you know, in MLMs, they make you, you know, for your family, you'll do whatever it takes.
One for all and all for one. That's what an MLM is.
Yo, you know, I think I kind of want to edit out the MLM thing.
Oh, wait,
Yo,
what?
For real, because, like, I think it might hurt some people's feelings.
Oh, come on.
I think it might. Yeah.
No.
Oh, wait. Should we chill out on that?
Maybe. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
We haven't named a specific one.
No, we haven't.
Because all of them think that the other one is the real MLM. Oh no, bro, this is not.
So wait, Axolotl, should we actually?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
well, this portion
coming after
here,
you? Who's coming after you?
This portion here will be kept.
This is kind of scarier than the scary movie, though.
But what if it's just like the story is a story though? That's what it's kind of depicting.
That is the story.
Yeah.
That is the story.
Oh, so Axolotl, someone might come after Axolotl.
They won't come after. They'll feel bad and they'll never talk to me again.
Oh, don't worry, hon. We
issue.
have no views, so.
We won't get any viewers. Don't worry. For the first at least 10 episodes.
Well, the video of in the beginning of the car crash.
Yeah.
Did those people see the tunnel video?
That's the mom and dad. I think it's related to them.
Mom and dad of who?
The main character's mom and dad.
Oh.
I think.
What did they see?
So I think they saw the tunnel video.
They saw the tunnel, and
Yeah.
then she showed it to the tops.
How did she see the
It
tunnel?
was on the broke up
Yeah.
video
the broke
footage.
up camera.
Yeah.
I think-
So her parents were alive when she went to do their Ghostbusters thing.
Yes. Came back and probably like at the funeral.
What is this? Oh,
Oh,
and
is
they
this?
saw-
She's like, oh yeah.
It could
Oh,
also
because
be
it was the guy that died's funeral.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they were there, and then the dad goes.
They
and-
take a look at the video.
Okay, so
and,
that okay.
It could
I
also
got
be
got
a like a whole thing set up by the daughter, like to sacrifice as many people to this deity as possible to save their daughter.
Maybe that happened after the parents died too.
Right.
Because she was very big by the time she was sitting.
So
in front
within
of
a
us.
9-month
yeah.
span, she was probably already 8th, 9th month when she was seeing that monk.
Yeah, and that could have been like an act of desperation. Like, oh, I went to my parents with this problem. They didn't know what the fuck was going on. I showed it to cops, thinking they could help me.
That's true.
I gotta go to the source.
I don't think it was her trying to sacrifice these people to save her daughter. At that point, not yet.
The only way you could tell is if you look back at the footage and is she pregnant enough compared to when she found out about all the stuff.
Well, because
I don't think she was.
She feels guilty,
Same.
Yeah.
right? So why would she? Wouldn't you feel more guilty just sacrificing random people?
Yeah, I don't think
As opposed to her
until
parents, yeah.
it gets to a desperate point where she gets the people, the family to come help her, and then they can't even do anything because you feed her some pineapple, and that was on you. And then that's when she's like, okay, I have to do everything now that I can. So I gotta sacrifice everyone watching my random videos I'm watching, right, to kind of save her. That's when it gets. That's when it gets to the desperation point where she'll do anything to save her daughter.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also because the daughter watched the video.
That's
the daughter
where
watches
she's
it,
like,
yeah.
okay, now I reached her.
Yeah.
And I the one person I'm trying to get her away from all this stuff, she's like, okay, she watched it, and the demon showed her the video, right?
Yeah.
Right.
After she mutant jumped off of the building to get a knife.
Yeah, that I turned to Axel. I'm like, is this a mutant?
Well, I just took in. I don't know if it's a theme or it's like a imagery thing. That all the bugs that were shown have many hands/arms.
Ah,
Right?
That's symbolism.
That's symbolism. Yeah. Even caterpillars.
Yeah.
Right.
Caterpillars,
They have
centipedes.
little, and they all
when
cockroach.
they bent, like when they kneeled over, like in that room.
Oh
Yeah.
They
yeah.
kind of look like caterpillars when they were like kind of
yeah.
like
They do their
scurrying
thing, yeah.
around. I don't know what they were doing. They're doing like a little dance.
Oh, that's probably true.
It's like a little bit of this.
They did look like it.
Yeah.
The thing I have with a lot of issues with these cult movies is that I don't know if I get the theme too often. Like, it's just things happen. Like Hereditary too. It's like that one's kind of a little bit more understanding. They kind of give you the history throughout.
Yeah.
Them doing the caterpillar dance and thing, and then them lighting someone on fire, and then he's rising to the heavens, and then these people come out and they're all corpses, and it's a zombie movie now, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Right?
It's
There's a lot that was going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot to unravel.
And it's just written. It's kind of just with supernatural. You can just write it off as supernatural powers got unknown powers.
They
Some
act
stuff
in mysterious ways.
act in
with
mysterious
it.
ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Don't ask.
Dude, that kind of
to
so
that guy.
funny.
Like, I didn't ask anything.
That guy was so funny, bro. He just kept running around. Don't ask. Don't ask.
Don't ask what?
No.
You asked. You asked.
Nobody's asking you, bro. Yeah.
Even with the mirrors inside the tunnel.
What is that?
What
even,
is it?
What is
what
that
is it
even
for?
symbolism?
What is that?
Yeah.
She has no eyes. She has a hole for a face.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
By the way, trypophobia warning, man. Because
Oh, man.
I couldn't watch that, man.
Oh.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
But I think like
The
I don't-
statue's moving. Like, is there
Yeah, what's the symbolism
Buddhist
behind that?
mythology that we're
There's
supposed
Could
to
be.
know?
There's stuff we could be missing out on.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why we have a resident Buddhist. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, there's a lot of that when you're watching it, it's so many things that are happening. Some of the scenes are wild, right?
Yeah.
Like, things
Yeah.
are happening, people are falling from buildings. It's wild, and they do that like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, it felt like there's 2-3 climaxes.
Yeah,
Right.
where it's like things are just crazy. Like,
Yeah.
and from the first 20 minutes of the movie, it did that, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going on?
Literally 10 minutes into the movie, you're
Yeah.
already jumping off your seat.
Because
Yeah.
you're like, this is wild.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's actually like pretty impressive that they kept up that.
No,
That's
for sure.
true. The
Yeah.
adrenaline.
No, for sure.
The
for sure.
adrenaline.
So
That's
I'll give them that. I
Mhm.
think
Yeah.
that's one thing that kind of it's making it's that explanation to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're watching it and you're like you don't really know.
Right.
And like,
Right.
I was just questioning all that stuff, the mirrors and all. I don't know. They didn't give an explanation to it.
Yeah.
Unless we're supposed to know pre-hand
Stuff
knowledge.
Right.
You know.
Like someone who grew up in the culture and
yeah.
would know.
They'll be like, oh,
and
you
the
know, this is-
religions. Yeah.
yeah.
It's hard to interpret that, like you said. Like
Yeah.
I don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They
any of
gave
the symbolism.
yeah.
Right?
They gave so many
little things,
little
little
thing,
symbols.
and then
yeah.
explanations to the symbols, and
Right.
which I thank you. We needed that. You know, we need
Right,
some
right,
lore that's going on.
Right, right.
But some of the things that are going on not explained throughout the movie. Not to say that it's still enjoyable to watch because if you want to get spooked, you know.
Right.
But and I think that what would have made it better was just an explanation to what was going on. You know, does
Yeah.
the symbol protecting? Why is there a symbol in the cave?
I
Right.
don't think I don't think any of the symbols.
Well,
protect.
remember that the clan people were actually trying to protect themselves.
But it wasn't protection. It was the incantation that they were writing on themselves was a curse. It was all a curse.
Was it like so? Was it the idea that every time they say it, they're trying to
Spread it.
That they're
how are they spreading it if they keep it within their own group?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think that's the thing. They did not realize, the clan did not realize that by reciting the incantation that they're actually spreading a curse.
They thought they were protecting themselves.
So they thought they were protecting themselves. I think that's what it was.
I think they knew.
You think they knew?
I think they had to have known.
But
They
then
had to have known.
really?
Yeah, and that's
Uh-huh.
they wanted to spread it, but within a manageable pace. Just keep it within the family. Like,
I see.
if you're a part of the family, you gotta hold it down because we've been doing this from time.
I
Yeah.
see.
You're not involved with it. Oh, you're pregnant with one of our own. Alright, then come on down.
It sucks.
So the little girl at the beginning, or in the thing
From the village?
yeah, she was no malintent. What is the word?
Malintent?
Malintent towards this lady, to Lee, to Ronan. She was
I-
just kind of like, oh, come see these frogs. Or
I think
was she in on it?
I think the little girl would have been prepping her for her daughter
Uh-huh.
to like bear the brunt of it, to become the new version of her.
Her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it just seemed like,
Why'd they take her ear?
what'd she say? It was because the
Mother Buddha took her.
Mother Buddha needed her flesh as a sacrifice.
Uh huh.
Yeah, like all the teeth and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mother Buddha took her ear.
I think it was just a matter of the girl needing to be the one to bear the brunt of the burden.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how they selected her for it, but she ended up just having to take the brunt of it.
Yeah. Now, did all those family members die? We never see what happens to them. Did they die because they broke through all that stuff? Those two younger guys?
I
think so?
I think they messed
Oh,
up.
they let it out.
Yeah.
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 Their last ditch effort was to burn the guy and to try their ritual out.
Maybe
with
try
it.
to reverse the.
But the thing is,
the
the thing
curse.
is, how did he get there?
Who?
Who did they burn?
Dom.
They burned
That
Dom.
was Dom.
How did he get there if he was in the tunnel banging his head on
Oh,
the
they
wall?
carried him out.
They carried him out.
Remember
There's a
they
scene.
had
Oh,
the
okay.
bandages on his
Yeah.
face? They bandaged his
Oh
face
yeah,
up
it
and
wasn't
everything.
it wasn't the other guy.
No,
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
Dom.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
The other guy was don't ask and all over the village.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that that kicked the tunnel.
He was
don't ask
He
him.
was don't ask.
He was
Right.
don't ask.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then they burn
The
Dom
other guy,
alive.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I guess
Okay.
it's just it became a family tradition to just keep it within a family
To keep a
and
curse.
just- I guess it is. I guess because they mentioned that someone brought it to that town or that clan, and then they ended up realizing in order to survive they had to keep passing it on.
Hey, hold
within the
on.
clan.
Where are you going? I was gonna.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
This is a stupid comparison, but I feel as though there's a common theme in, like, I don't know, with Buddhist characters from pop culture, where there's like a family curse going on.
Right.
Like I remember, it is dumb as hell, but you remember Baroku from Inuyasha?
Yes.
And how he had the wind tunnel.
Yep.
And how it was like a family thing.
Yeah.
And eventually it was gonna
Oh, yeah.
suck him up. Oh, it's a hole too, and it was gonna suck him up.
That's nasty.
You remember that?
Yes, I remember that. I remember that
Yeah.
very well.
And I feel as though that's like a through line.
Oh.
With like,
It's like,
but
it's
then
common.
it's a cartoon, so we can't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
So I thought about this. So her whole story is that she's trying to do whatever she can to protect her daughter.
Yes.
Right? I think the town, they are cursed and they're doing everything that they can
Protect themselves.
to protect not even just themselves, but to kind of not let it out. They know they're cursed. They know that they have this burden and they're trying to keep it.
That's why the guy tries to turn her away.
Yeah.
Which is quite noble of them.
Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking. Because
when you
like,
really think
what
about
is what is the point of them telling the story of this townspeople who are cursing themselves for no reason,
Right.
Mhm.
right? So I think the reason is to, and the contrast is that she's gonna do everything that she can to protect her daughter, and this town is doing everything that they can to kind of
Keep it kind of contained.
Contain.
You know?
And they also actually would never have known those details because I don't think they could read the ancient scripture
Yeah.
like that one guy.
Yeah.
These guys went and found that one guy to
Yeah.
translate it for them.
And they were fully telling them this town is doing this, and it's not a blessing, it's a curse. They keep doing this, it's a curse.
And they're not aware. I
They're not
guess,
aware, right? So then that would, I guess.
yeah.
counter my
Also,
point.
there was never. They never. I don't think they were very technologically advanced. So
No, yeah, they
this is
were.
the first time someone came in with cameras, recorded it, and could spread it like that.
That
And
is
they-
very true.
And they said that. What did they say? They said it was not respectful, but he said a normal phrase to when you're recording something in a religious space.
Oh.
To like, why are you recording? Oh, we're
Don't
doing.
Yeah.
play around
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
We're doing a prayer or something.
We're not. Essentially,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
play around.
Yeah.
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 Because
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
It's just don't mess around. We're trying to actually do something.
Be respectful. He said to be respectful, right?
Do something religious.
So maybe they thought that the cameras would upset it.
Or the cameras would spread it.
I don't know if they knew that much, but
Do you feel like maybe that's the thing?
they were
though.
able to
maybe
keep
they
it
could have.
to
They
just
kept
that
it in a tunnel.
for
right?
all those years, and then finally
This guy
once these
comes in and kicks the door down.
open and records everything, and now we got people getting run over on the highways.
That guy
Yeah.
pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That little brother pissed
Yeah.
me off.
Um,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Kicking doors down
Oh my
when
God.
he shouldn't be
Taking
kicking
names.
Taking names. Just didn't care, man. I mean, any more themes?
I wonder if there was a theme, some kind of Buddhist thing about like fasting. That's why she had to fast the 7 days.
Mm.
There could be a Buddhist thing about fasting. I'm not entirely sure. Like I know that there's like that vegetarian, like you
Yeah,
eat
they're eating vegetarian
for a
food.
bit.
That's true. That's true.
But I don't know about the fasting. Fasting's a very like.
why were they spitting out?
Actually no?
caterpillars?
Fasting is a thing.
No, I think that only happened when she broke
Broke
the seal of
the
protection.
leaf, the leaf, whatever it was. Yeah.
So she
Yeah.
vomits the pineapple, but also there's a caterpillar growing in you now.
with the
and
leaf,
Right.
you're
with the
dying
leaf.
now.
That was
protecting
eating
it,
the
yeah.
leaf, eating
Yeah.
the protection
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That was sad, bro.
Yeah.
That was so
But-
sad.
It was really sad.
Man, I felt that when it was only day 3 and
Uh-huh.
she was going through all that,
Uh-huh.
and they say specifically it's day 3, and you're hoping it's like
Yeah,
day
like,
6,
at least
but
they're a little
like give
closer.
us 12
Yeah.
more
They
hours.
didn't even get
Right.
close to
Yeah.
day 7. They
Not
just-
halfway
Right.
there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes to show how hard it was for her, right? And for the daughter too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
To see her daughter going through that, right? But you knew what you were up against. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess those are the themes. How do you guys feel about the directing?
Directing was pretty good. Kevin Cole, the
Yeah.
guy that did the movie. I think he did a pretty good job telling, moving through the story.
It's
Oh,
like it's kind of cool. I feel like it was 2 movies where you
Yeah.
could watch
Right.
the original where they were the Ghostbusters,
yeah.
and then the repercussions of their Ghostbuster activities
Almost like a sequel with a.
within the movie. But the way they
Right.
spliced it together and like opened with the repercussions, but then give you a little bit of what happened for context and how it bounced back and forth was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you rewind back, think about those footages of the optical illusions that they gave us. What do you think that had to do with the story?
Well, it was the whole life is how you interpret it, so you can.
That's a whole lesson in
I
itself.
think that's the whole. I think that's the
it's
whole
the
lesson.
perspective.
It's about perspective, right? Like you because they show the images and they say, okay, you look at this Ferris wheel going in circles. It can go left. I'll tell you it's going left, and it will go left, and I'll tell you it's going right, and it will go right. You know what I mean? So it's like,
it's kind of saying that she can mislead you.
Yes.
Or
yes.
so it's like I think goes back to the point of her. We're looking at her from her point of view, and she's like, this mom is doing all this stuff, and then she turns on us, right? And our perspective is like, oh, she's evil now because she's doing this thing. But if we flip it, she's actually doing everything that she can for her daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing with the town. They're doing these evil cantations and stuff like that. But that's our perspective.
Yeah.
But to them, they're like, no, we're trying to actually,
Keep it.
not even maybe
in
they didn't
control,
know. They're just
maintain-
doing
yeah,
what they
yeah.
know, right?
Yeah.
So our perspective is okay. Don't fool around with that
Yeah.
stuff. But to them, it's like this is our normal day to day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, I
That is the
that's
main
awesome.
thing.
That's good. That's good.
That is about. It is about perspective at the end of the day,
Yes.
right?
and then
I don't think there's really much to directing other than the fact that it was done from a first person perspective in home video.
Mm-hmm.
And they
the
told-
direct to do that is pretty tough too.
Right.
It's like she's holding the camera,
You have to
right?
have your actors
So
be-
she's
The
like,
actors are
yeah,
able to.
I want you to move this way and do
Yeah,
this, and
yeah.
I need you to capture this on
Right,
this
right.
side. And again, like the camera that they were using to do these first-person views,
Mm-hmm.
pretty
Very high quality.
Yeah,
It's not even a handheld
Yeah,
to
no.
get those
Yeah.
that type of quality, right?
The
They made
first
it
one-
look handheld.
yeah,
The first one they did, like the one with the Ghostbusters
yeah.
segment.
Yeah.
Older.
That was
you
supposed to
know,
be
yeah.
older.
Yeah.
So characters were. I think that the main character was phenomenal. Like I think she did
Yeah,
a
she did
great
a good
job.
job.
Like
Mhm.
like just like even the scene where she's talking to the camera, addressing her daughter
Mhm.
and talking about how much she loves her daughter and how she's not worth being a mother. Like all that stuff really hit hard.
Mhm.
Like it really hit hard. But it was good. That was good.
Yeah,
That-
I think
that's
the
good
kid
acting.
actor too.
That's why you can.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's why you can believe that she would. You don't even feel that bad that she supposedly spread it to everyone else,
Right.
because you could believe that she would do it
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, even the guy too, the dad
Who
quote
couldn't have
unquote.
kids? Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good job too.
Yeah.
Mhm. Like you said, the kid, right?
Yeah, but the kid was
The kid killed it.
She
The
did a
kid
really
killed
good
it,
job.
yeah. Kids, man, they
Yeah.
just I don't know how they do it.
They're spooky.
yeah,
They're spooky,
They're
man.
spooky.
I told you if I ever had a kid and she was pointing at the ceiling and said baddie, 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 I'll be like, stop it right now, stop it right now. Don't do it.
Yeah. Like it's funny because through these movies, when you're watching it and then the lights go off and the door opens and all this spooky stuff's happening, in your head you're like, yo, just leave, right? But this is this person's house and she has a daughter in the house, so she's like, all right, I gotta see what's going down and protect her, whatever. And it just made me think it's like our idea is like, okay, yeah, just get out. Your house is haunted, man. Just leave.
Mhm.
But no one ever leaves. And it's
Yeah.
like, think about it. You actually, if the power went out, you wouldn't just cut, right? Your house. There was one time. Hey, I'll bring up an example. I remember you telling me this a long time ago. Jay's house had a water problem with his toilet, and his toilet kept flooding.
Yes.
To me, I would have been like, "Yo, get out of that place
Oh,
right now."
really?
You remember that? But you stayed.
But that was during the day, and that was after.
It kept happening.
And that was okay. So it happened. So the first time it happened at Hamer.
Yes.
It was
You have
because
to beep out your address.
it's okay. It was an old address, and there's so many numbers in Hamer. Don't worry. But so I'll bleep it out. But so they were doing renovations, and the faucet was loose. So that caused the flood in my house, which I had to clean.
Sounds
with
like
my
you're
family.
really explaining away.
And then the second time was at my other condo, where I think, to be fair, I might have clogged the toilet the night before, so that's kind of the reason. And I don't think it was a ghost. It was just me. But yeah, no
I would
ghosts.
have cut.
Yeah,
At that
yeah.
point, I would have cut.
But
yeah,
you know,
flooding is a no-go in Dylan's house.
Yeah.
No.
Unacceptable.
Cut.
I completely get it, but I think when you're in the moment, you're just like, man, I just wanna get this done with. But see, it depends on the situation. Sometimes things get scary. Like I feel like in the movie when the light goes out and she hears noises and stuff, I'd be out. Right, like that.
It's
like
not
in that
just
case,
a flood.
yeah.
The lights went out. The front door opened.
Yeah, you're hearing noises.
You stand by the elevator. A woman screaming from the elevator.
Yeah.
The door's open. No woman.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
that's what scares me more. Like
those are 3 strikes.
I
Right.
think there's a lot of
Right.
symbolism in those scenes too. It's like, what did the lady screaming going up the elevator mean?
Yeah, what was that about actually?
I have no clue.
And there's a room above her building that has Buddhas in it.
Buddhas? Yeah.
Yo, is she balling?
Yeah.
Why does she have a room full of a red room?
That's so true.
Was that
like,
hers, or was
I don't
that
think
just the
that
buildings?
wasn't her room.
That was
No,
just
but,
the building.
But the building.
You know what?
came to
You know what I
her
think it is?
and asked
Their
her.
storage room, and she just threw all that shit, like the camcorder, all the stuff that belongs to them, that she doesn't want to deal with. She just threw in there.
Oh, it's a storage room. Okay, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
that's what I think.
That's
what I think.
true, because it is her stuff
Yeah,
technically.
yeah.
But why does she
Oh.
have a bunch of Buddhas?
Uh,
Why
may-
she take it all?
That's such a good question.
Were they like the bad Buddhas?
Yeah, they're mother Buddhas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
Well,
might
well,
not-
some
they
of
look
them
scary.
weren't. Some of them were.
We might just be assuming they're all mother Buddha. Did you hear a ghost?
Listen, the curtain moved
We
on
just
its
got
own.
Axolotl, the human bottle.
You kicked it.
King
kicked
Bob
it.
kicked the curtain.
Yeah, that was Bob.
Freaked the crap out
How
of
is John gonna
Axolotl.
kick it from over here?
Yeah, I don't know how that
Got
happened.
him.
Yeah. Well, as we were saying, yeah, I think I don't know if those Buddhas were
I don't know about
entirely-
the Buddhas. They could have been just. We might have just been trained that any Buddha is a creepy Buddha, but it might have just been a regular Buddha, and she didn't want to deal with the regular Buddha, so she left it up there.
She
Yeah.
had tons of them in there.
She might have been trying to like counteract the bad Buddha with the good Buddha.
Yeah.
Why the room
that's
red?
true.
She might have.
Yeah.
tried to-
Listen, the thing is,
Why you
Buddhist-
lighting up your storage room with red lights?
Wait, in China that's a
No,
that's like a good thing, right?
Buddhist people use red. They
Red?
like to use red.
Okay.
I don't
Like
know,
the tags
like
and
even
stuff
even like it's Chinese tradition and even Vietnamese tradition. They use red like envelopes for their Chinese
Yeah,
New Year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Obviously, red is always freaky. You can't.
Red rum.
That's a shining plug.
Yeah.
Characters are great.
Yeah,
Characters are great.
Characters are,
To cinematography going. That's we blend that in with directing
There's
and
so-
trick.
They use the camera light
Yeah,
as
it was
the.
Yeah,
just
use
the
the
night
camera
cam.
light, like the night
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I
it's hard to tell a story with using a night camera and.
Yeah, I wouldn't compare it to Nope.
No. Nope is
is
different.
actually
Yeah.
night
Because
scenes.
Nope is through an actual like it's like a different like it's
Different
It's
perspective.
not
different perspective.
It's not
It's not
found
first
footage
person.
camera
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So in these movies, you can kind of get away with that night
Right,
Yeah,
vision
yeah,
stuff.
right.
yeah.
It's not as clear.
And when it was night, it was usually because the flashlight was flashing, like it wasn't
Right.
working correctly. They
Right.
weren't actually filming in the dark
Right.
Yeah,
and trying to get the contrast. It was just the panic situation.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. In terms of in cinematography, though, they did a really good job.
Right.
Some of the shots were a little weird, like when
Right.
they're in the car and it's like angled up. It's like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
odd. They did that a couple times.
I think they did that on purpose, though, right?
No,
Like,
for
to
sure.
show,
No, for
like,
sure.
the-
For sure, it's on purpose.
Like it's like a, I
But
guess it's like a amateur recording. Like,
No,
yeah.
it was the like the actual shot. It wasn't a camcorder shot
of the.
of just like a.
Like, it's all technically supposed to be camcorder
Yeah.
footage, but I know what scene you were talking about.
It's because like it's filmed straight, and then at one
Also,
point
it'll cut
it's like
to-
an angle.
Oh,
Well, one is they have a camera on front of the car seat, and then they have camcorder.
The way that they did it didn't seem like it was a camera that was sitting on like the. That's just.
Yeah,
chilling or
the whole scene where the teacher is trying to like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think now. What was the camera's perspective on that?
It was like it was on the dash.
it was kind of like if you know how like my car has that phone
Yeah,
holder.
that's what I thought too.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of like that. I
Yeah.
feel like it's just recording using
That's what I
that.
thought, too.
Yeah. And then it would do stuff like that. But overall, though, most of the shots were really, really well executed. Like I said, the kite scene.
Yeah.
They filmed a lot of shots.
Yeah, a
like
lot of
that.
stuff with the mom and daughter were well.
Yeah.
It's all sweet scenes,
Yeah.
like very nice scenes.
Even the interview with the dad guy, like those are all filmed really nice. Colors of those shots too.
Yeah.
I like the white balance on it. It's like really clean.
Right.
I thought that was really cool. So overall cinematography was really well done,
Right.
especially for like a
Like a
horror
found
movie too.
footage movie.
Yeah, like I think
A found
it's clean.
1080p
Yeah,
footage.
really nice.
Found 1080p.
Yeah, really nice.
I found this creepy video, man, and it's in full HD.
I like the I don't know if you guys noticed, but the OST that played while
Yeah,
she
it was
was
pretty
telling
good. It was pretty good.
while she was telling like
Yeah.
she was saying the message to her daughter.
Yeah.
I really like that. Like I really
It's
like
cute.
this
Yeah.
the song that was
Yeah.
playing. Very emotional. So
Yeah.
I like that.
A lot of Western horror movies, they don't really be doing sad.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
maybe like Haunting of Hill House if there's a little bit
Right.
of like character development, but
Yeah.
usually they.
Oh heavenly day. I love that song.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
good.
It's
Yeah.
melancholy. Like I like
Yeah.
that feeling of melancholy
Yeah.
when it comes to those kind of OSTs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the most part with found footage movies, they don't generally have a score
Not
because
really.
they're trying to be very realistic.
Yeah.
But
Ominous.
Ominous,
Ominous,
exactly.
yeah.
But I guess
Spooky.
Yeah.
in that sense, she was editing the video, so maybe they decided that it was okay to add an OST there.
I think it's fine even like just looking at it. 'Cause
Even if
Right.
it's a montage.
And it
scene.
doesn't take you out of
Yeah.
it really.
Yeah.
Right,
It's actually
right.
cute.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing else really to add to
It's a
score.
score,
yeah.
Score.
Yeah.
It's very straightforward.
More than I expected from a horror movie, really.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good enough. Yeah.
Horror movies tend to have good score. Like I mean, I wouldn't say
sound editing.
score, but more like
Yeah.
because there's
They're more about
ominous there's like
sound
ominous
design,
sounds that are used to like not even like
give you anxiety and to
like for instance like Insidious or like any of those series,
Yeah.
they use like a lot of like chords, like very like minor chords to like invoke this sense
Yeah.
of anxiety. So
Yeah.
I think that's like cool, like a great score. I would consider that score,
Yeah.
but this one's
Yeah.
more. This
I would
one's
say sound editing. Like the
sound
way that they
editing.
do their
Yeah,
sound-
that's
'cause,
true.
when the glass crashes down and the bugs are there and stuff like that.
The kid running out
Yeah,
of the room.
the
the
kid.
doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Did a
Very
really
well
good
done.
job.
Yeah, very well done. Very well done. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Overall
enjoyment.
enjoyment.
How do we feel about it?
I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Yeah, had a
Yeah.
good time. Always
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah.
Always a good time.
Yeah.
It's a horror movie. I
Yeah.
mean, like
Yeah.
horror movies,
It's a
you
fun
get
time. Unless it's the only time a horror movie is horrifically bad.
If it just doesn't make sense. I think if
If
it doesn't make
it's-
sense
if
or it
it's
tries
boring.
to, it's boring. No, but also with like, I think when something's like jump scares all the time,
That
I
can
guess
be that
I
can be
guess
its own that can be its own way boring
Oh,
because it
boring, yeah,
desensitizes
yeah.
you to.
yeah.
It relies on cheap scares and.
Like, what would you say is like
A bad
the
horror
most unenjoyable horror movie that you've seen?
we've watched
Seen
some
some
pretty
bad ones.
unenjoyable horror movies.
Yeah,
I just
think
can't
of
name
them.
one off
There's
the
certain,
top.
if
Yeah.
there's certain like if it's certain subgenres of horror, like if there's like torture, too much torture.
Yeah,
scenes,
yeah, it does.
That's stuff I'm just
like
like,
ain't nobody
yeah.
watching
Yeah.
the Human
Yeah.
Centipede.
Yeah.
Ain't
Oh,
nobody
yeah,
watching
man.
Yeah.
that. Have I watched it? Maybe. But
once the shock value's gone, like, and you know what it is, and it's just it's not that interesting past that.
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is
So-
fun, you know.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was definitely fun.
Definitely.
I think cult movies are always fun.
You know what's weird? There's that like wave that they had of the found footage, but it was being like this. It was found footage from laptops and things like that.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
that like
Paranormal did that.
They did that.
It was
I
like
don't
the-
remember that.
It was
one.
like
See?
it was like the third or fourth paranormal where the girl was using her laptop.
Mm.
She was skyping with her friend, and we were seeing it from that laptop
Yeah.
perspective.
The whole
Yeah.
movie?
The whole movie.
Sometimes
yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
like in
Like-
home security footage
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
but
Mhm.
also the one we watched with the friends, remember? And they
The
were
dark web
Cam?
thing.
Cam. Was it called?
Oh
Was it-
yeah,
was it
yeah,
Cam?
the cam one.
Was it
I
called
remember.
Cam or was it
Cam
called?
or some. It was something, but
Oh,
they
it
were
was one
all on.
word.
They were all on
It was
Skype
like
and
friends, right?
and
Uh-huh.
They weren't taking it
Oh,
seriously. Remember?
there's two. There's one with the girl that she's
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Cam girl.
Yeah, Cam girl.
Yeah.
and she that one,
Oh,
and then
right.
there's the Friends one.
Friends.
They were
I
doing
forgot
the
that one.
seance or
Yeah,
something?
that was the
and
one.
they weren't taking
Yeah.
it serious. Some of them weren't taking it serious.
Yeah.
And then they all got killed.
That
one by
movie
one.
was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That was
movie
wild.
was fun. That
Because
movie
it was
fun.
I think they put it out during COVID.
Well, I
Right.
think it had to be filmed during.
Yeah.
Yeah,
COVID.
it was filmed during COVID.
So
Yeah.
that movie
That's
was actually
creativity,
pretty
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that movie was great.
Yeah.
Have you did you watch that
I
with
watched
us?
it with
yeah,
you.
We watched
yeah.
it once.
Yeah, we
Netflix
watched it
party.
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So for the most part, we enjoy a lot of horror
Yeah.
movies.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there are horror movies that we
I'm
haven't
sure.
enjoyed.
I'm sure. You know, there's movies that were like 6.5s, but enjoyment was still like a 7 or an 8. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right. That's true.
You can't,
That's true.
like, fear, it invokes, like, such a strong emotion.
Yes.
Right.
Your favorite movie, what's it called?
Oh, Midsummer.
Midsummer.
Oh, okay. Well, Midsummer critically
You know,
is great, but then
you know what? The
but
longer
then,
we talk about Midsummer, the more I'm like, maybe it was good.
you
We
know,
should watch it with the boys.
you know what? You know what?
Half
Actually,
of us haven't watched it, right?
half of us haven't watched it.
I watched
Oh, you
Midsummer.
watched
Oh,
it.
I watched
but
it.
no.
You haven't watched
But
Midsummer?
you know what?
You
But
should
let's
watch
watch it.
I'm staying away.
No.
I love Florence Pugh. Don't get me wrong,
Let's watch
but
it.
I've heard the whole story.
Let's
and
watch
I'm
it.
good.
It was wild.
Let's-
Me and Jay turned to each other directly after the movie and said, we will never watch that movie.
No, you know what? The worst one is Clockwork Orange. It's not a horror movie,
It wasn't
What is
technically
that?
horror.
but
That's just
that
it's
is
more
the
thriller.
worst movie ever made.
Yeah.
A lot of you movie buffs might think otherwise, but for us, just wasn't our
Sorry.
kind of movie.
I'm sorry.
Just
I don't
wasn't our
care
kind
who's
of
listening
movie.
to this.
But
That
listen,
movie is
we-
absolutely terrible.
We like The Shining, so we like his
now,
work.
now we're just defending our own taste. Okay.
But anyways, enjoyment was really good. We'll probably hop on the Midsummer episode eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we'll do
enjoyment
that.
was good. Let's go through our scores.
Oh yeah,
What was
okay.
what was your final score, Dill?
mine was a 7.
7.
You know what?
7.
Great.
You know what? After the discussion, like most times, you get to hear the perspectives and you get to think, and it kind of improves your score a little bit. I don't know where it's improving, but it's I give it a 7. Originally, I had a 6.8, but you might as well just
Yeah, round
know,
that up.
you round
man.
it up.
Yeah,
Round it up.
I also gave it a 6.9, but then after discussing it, probably give it a 7.
yeah.
I got a 7.1.
Well, there we
7.1.
go.
So
we're all in agreement.
we'll divide that up, and that's a
7.
7. So guys,
6.8.
that's like a 7.
6.9.
I got 6.9, but then I got to 7.
Oh my gosh.
I'm up it to 7.
I kind of just gave things. I think the one thing I kind of the score, was the lowest thing I had.
I think I give a lot of low
But
scores.
the more we
Whoa,
talked
what?
about it, we
Yeah.
kind of.
See, low scores
thing
to
is,
me.
if you have
is
6.9, that means almost everything was a 7.
Yeah, yeah.
And then one there's like
1.6.
1.6.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like it was varying for me
Mhm.
because but the enjoyment was like an 8.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Mhm.
I enjoyed it a lot.
What was the
I-
highest rating that you gave?
Enjoyment?
Was it 7?
Probably 8.5.
Oh, you
Oh.
do points?
Yeah, I did 8.5.
Oh.
But I did 8.5 for characters actually because I thought the
Ah.
characters were really good.
Yeah.
But then I gave like some 6s and,
Yeah.
and stuff.
Well,
I actually
Yeah.
gave some 10s and then evened it out with
What'd
a
you
lot
give a
of
10?
You gave it.
Yeah,
What
man.
section did you give 10?
a 5.
Yeah, I gave directing a 5.
What section would you give 10?
I kept real quiet during that section.
no, that's fair though.
What
that's
section
fair.
did you give a 10?
I gave plot and setting.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Yeah,
You're big
I-
on.
I like the when it's supernatural, but it's like
Within.
spirituality.
Oh, okay.
I kind of like that stuff.
Yeah.
See, like I gave directing a 7.5, and then I think my lowest was score, and then themes I put 6. But you know what? After talking about it, I
little
I
better
definitely
than that.
themes definitely a lot better score.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I see why you would give directing a low score, just because it's another home
found
footage,
footage.
found footage
Found
film.
footage.
But
Dylan put a good point there to explain
Yeah.
that the actors have to be coached
Right,
to how to
right,
hold the,
right.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
they're in range of the camera.
Yeah.
right.
Right,
So
so-
putting that into perspective, I give it a higher grade. Than
For
than
sure,
initial.
yeah.
The highest thing I
Yeah.
gave was a 9 to cinematography.
Ah,
Mm.
that's a
'Cause
solid.
It felt like an A24 movie. And
Yeah.
A24 is
I see what you're saying.
killing it.
A24
right
is killing it.
What?
So-
what have they done?
now.
A24 is-
Everywhere, everything, all at once.
Oh, yeah?
They've done, a lot of movies,
Hereditary.
man. Yeah.
Hereditary,
Yeah.
they did Hereditary.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Check
Midsummer.
dude, they have a
They're
catalog,
killing it.
man.
They're killing it.
Yeah.
killing it.
A
But
lot of the
I think Bullet Train is also A24.
oh yeah, no,
no, I don't
really?
think it is. I don't think
There's a new movie. There's a new horror movie coming out called Men, and that's
It's
done by
out.
A24.
I think it came out.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we should watch
I
that.
watched a bit of it.
You watched a bit of it.
Yeah, with my brother.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's for a different time.
Yeah, it's at a
I
different
didn't.
time.
I wasn't paying attention to it, so we can watch it.
Okay,
But,
we can watch
that's
it. We
fine.
can
That's
watch
fine.
it.
That's fine.
But
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at their catalog. X,
So-
they did
Yo,
X.
they
So-
go. They go hard, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they go hard.
See?
They go hard.
Yeah,
A24
fucking,
does a good job.
Green Knight.
Green Knight. I like
Yeah.
the Green Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went hard.
Wonderful. So overall, we gave it a
Moonlight,
7.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
got it gets a 7. Unfortunately, this movie does not get our DemBoyfriend seal of approval, but it's all good.
It's still an
Still
enjoyable
can get a
movie.
recommendation.
Still
for
definitely
a good
recommend.
It's a
time.
fun watch.
Recommendation for a good time. Absolutely. All right. Well,
And-
that's the end of our episode. Thank you guys for listening. I'll cut that out. Don't worry.
Keep it in. I dare you.
All right, and it's them boys signing out.
Boyz coming at you again.